All right, everybody, welcome back to the Heath Barn. I am your host, John Heath. It dawned on me that maybe I should start introducing myself on these. I never do. But, because it's awkward and uncomfortable, and I don't really like my name that much. But I should start doing it. So, thank you for listening. This is the Welcome to the Heath Barn podcast. I'm your host, John Heath. Now, I have felt kind of puny here and didn't know if my voice would be able to get through an episode. So we had something planned this morning, but we kind of called it off because I was hacking and everything today. But this is what the voice is now. So the people that we were going to have in, we'll have them in real soon and get that done the next week or two probably. But in the meantime, I'm going to talk about a few things here briefly and then play a best of episode that I found from back kind of when we first started that we liked a lot. So before we get into that, a couple things. Cardinals did a couple things today. They signed Lance Lynn. He's going to be 37 in May, but always liked him before. He's kind of a rusty nail, as they like to call it, and I think this club could use a personality like that a little bit. So, and he won a World Series with us. So, 1 year contract with an option for the second year. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. There's morons on social media being like, "Oh yeah, here we go." You know, it's like, dude, you really think this is the only freaking pitcher we're gonna sign? Like, shut up. Now, because it's not. I mean, to me, here's exactly what I thought. I'm like, oh, cool, we got him. Like, let's go get like 2 more starters, and then that's fine. But it's a good start. The morons saying like, "Oh, this is all we're gonna do." Like, you're stupid. Just stop. Just stop. You're misrepresenting our fan base. That's for the most part pretty knowledgeable. Just be quiet. He might not be great, but if he's about our 4th starter next year or something like that, falls in there, then it's going to be fine. He still strikes out a lot of guys. He had the worst year of his career last year, but I can't remember what he was. I think he was like 13 and 11 or something. His ERA was high, but he was also in the White Sox, which is probably a miserable situation for him. He pitched better when he went to the Dodgers, but gave up about 1 million homers. But hey, guess what? I like the dude. I think he'll be good for the clubhouse. So I was pretty cool. I was fine with that move. And then they also today brought back Daniel Descalso to be the Cardinals bench coach, and I like that as well. Joe McEwing's going to go up there with Mozeliak and do something, I don't know. But, I mean, he's a good enough guy, but obviously didn't work very well because we were garbage last year. So, and he got that job because Holiday took it and then resigned real quick. So, McEwing's staying in the organization, so that's good. It's fine. Good for him. But Descalso, another guy, won a World Series with us. So let's bring guys like that back into the mix. And, I know a lot of people are being like, well, would rather have Yachty, blah, blah, blah. And I agree, but I also, they're not done talking to Yachty about coming back. I know that they said that they have one of the smallest coaching staffs in the majors last year, and they want to keep adding to it, so they're not done adding on to the coaching staff. I mean, don't get me wrong, it'd be super juicy if Yachty just came in and was the manager, and maybe he can go up there with McEwing and Mo and hang out or something. I don't know, but that probably won't happen. But Descalso, that's a good start because he was a very good player and, again, won a World Series with us. And so, it's exciting to have those 2 guys come back. I'm not like one of the idiots that thinks we're going to sign somebody to $200 million like in the middle of November. That's not how it works. That Nola guy, that Aaron Nola went back to Philly, but that's just, he already signed, but he was already, he went back to the team that he was with already, so that's why that got done quick. So everybody that's griping, about Lynn, just be quiet. You don't know what the hell, just be quiet. It's not like they're getting him to be our ace or something, so just be patient. And then this is coming from a guy who just wanted to throttle the front office all of last year, but, it's the middle of November, and so they wanted to get 3 starters or 2.5 or whatever the hell Mozeliak says whenever he condescends to us. But either way, Lynn, good dude. I think it's kind of cool. He's started with us, and he's probably going to finish with us. So I think it's pretty cool. So that's my thought. Those are my thoughts on Cardinal stuff that happened today. Real quick, fantasy football. I can't get out of my own way with stuff. I like making trades too much, and a lot of times they just bite me in the ass. And yeah. Pretty frustrating week. Pretty frustrating season. The league I'm commissioner in, I'm I think 10th out of 12. Garbage. Made a couple bad trades in that one, but I wasn't going to be very good anyway. Another league I'm looking fairly promising in, and then the other two I'm not very good in that either. I have like one league I'm going to be most likely be 4-7 after this week, and if you look at my lineup, it's just absolutely loaded. And but I traded Jahmyr Gibbs, I traded Mike Evans. That might sound insane, but I got back guys like CeeDee Lamb, Kamara, things like that. So my lineup, if you look at it, it's not a 4-7 lineup, but that's what it's going to be. So I don't know, but I look at guys I've traded, and if I could just stick and not, because I always do pretty good in the draft, and I know what I'm doing, and even with trades, but it's fantasy. It's supposed to be fun, so I like making trades, doing stuff like that. But when they come back and bite you, that's when it's just like, yeah, it pisses you off. So, but I've made trades in the league I'm 4-7 in for AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb. I had Kamara, traded him, and then got him back from the same guy I traded him to. So, but I traded Bijan Robinson. I traded Jahmyr. I drafted Gibbs and Bijan Robinson, my first two picks. Traded both of them. I had Mike Evans. Traded him. But again, some of the stuff I got back, like CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, Kamara. Derrick Henry's been a turd the last 2 weeks, and I traded Bijan for him just because Bijan had a bye this week, and I thought I pretty much got to win out. So, and Derrick Henry didn't have a bye, but he's been horrible the last 2 weeks, so that backfired a little bit. But I was tired of watching Arthur Smith just wanting to punch him in the throat every week because he misuses Bijan so bad. So I traded Bijan. If this was a keeper league, I'd still have those guys, but it's not. It's a redraft league. So, anywho, if you don't know anything about fantasy, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But hey, if you do, you know what I'm talking about. But tonight, though, getting ready here to watch. Sucks. I should have went ahead and recorded one tonight with the people that were going to come in because my voice feels a little better now than what it did this morning. But oh well. But getting ready to watch Peyton and Eli. They are amazing when they do these Monday Night Football games. I love Buck and Aikman, but Peyton and Eli just add a different kind of element to it. When they have people on there, the only thing I don't like is when they have guests on, there's like a half a second before they can hear each other, and sometimes they talk over each other and things like that. That gets kind of annoying. But and sometimes they have guests on there that aren't, like, I like it when they have guests on and they're just like talking about the game, like what's going on the game, in the game and things like that, but they've got this list of questions they got to ask them and all this kind of stuff. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but either way, I'm anytime Peyton and Eli's on, I watch them for sure after we get the son to bed and all that good stuff. So looking forward to that tonight, but anyways, enough of my babbling. Oh, one more thing, too. Thursday is Thanksgiving. I always put an episode on Thursday night, and it's going to be a special episode with the people that are in our home eating. I'm going to be out here in the barn watching football after I eat, and the people that are visiting, we're sharing our Thanksgiving with for those few hours, are going to kind of sprinkle in and out here, and I'm going to talk to them, so you're going to get to meet some of my the old in-laws and things like that. But and they're not. This isn't a joke like I did like the Memorial Day with like doing voices and stuff, and where it's me doing everything. It's just legit going to be like real people coming in. So that'll be kind of a special episode for your Thanksgiving Eve or Thanksgiving night evening entertainment. Can't talk. So that's coming up, but an episode I went and found that I'm going to replay tonight is when I first started doing these. My buddy Spinner came here a few times, and he lives around Indy, so it was real nice of him to come and make the trip here a few times to do some pods. But he hasn't been back in a while, but hopefully we'll be able to work something out again sometime. But one night he came and came over here and we got in the barn and we did one about Lou Brown. We did a Lou Brown line draft. And then we went inside and ate supper. Then we came back out and we did an 80s band draft. So we had Mullet over in here a few weeks ago, episode 81. If you haven't heard it, it's very good. They're an amazing 80s band. But that kind of got me, I'm still kind of in the 80s mood here. So went through some old ones and found that one. And Spinner and I have an 80s band draft. So it's a lot of fun. I haven't heard it in a while, but we had fun doing it. And this was all the way back in March, I believe. So if you did not hear it, you should listen to it now because it's a good episode. There's some healthy debate. There's some stories. There's laughing. There's all kinds of good stuff. So, again, oh, and by the way, just before we get, Price is Right's on in the background because I haven't changed it to the game yet. And this lady is like about to bust her ass every time she spins the wheel. She busted her ass when she was trying to get up on the stage. And she spun that wheel and she about busted her ass in. And now she's celebrating. And oh boy, fun stuff. A little slice of Americana there. Okay. But anywho, so jheath2286.podbean.com. Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook. Just look for TikTok's at Heath Barn, but the rest of them are all. But my name on there is Welcome to Heath Barn. So let's look for Welcome to Heath Barn with all those things. Content on there, all of promoting all of the episodes and things like that. Website's coming, I promise. And again, we've got shirts, we've got decals, we've got all that good stuff to sell. So thank you for your support. Thank you for listening. Enjoy this episode with me and Spinner. It was a lot of fun. And welcome to the Heath Barn. All right, welcome back to the Heath Barn. We're back again with our full tummies. Spinners. We're back with Spinner. How's it going over there?
Going really well.
Yeah?
Like I said, good meal. Ready to roll.
That's right. Okay. Now, we'll take it. We'll pull back the curtain a little bit. We earlier this evening we did our Lou Brown lines. I don't know when all these will air, whatever, but we did those. Had some supper. Now we're back out here, and this one is going to get dirty. This one's going to be a good one. I'll let my guest here explain what this episode's going to be about.
Okay, so for anybody that knows me, knows I'm a huge fan of 80s rock. Obviously, that's my wheelhouse. It's John's wheelhouse. It's a lot of people's wheelhouse.
Not necessarily rock, just 80s.
80s bands.
Yes.
80s bands. I know there's different labeled genres, whether it's, the hair metal or hard rock or soft rock or alternative, but whatever it may be, we're just going to call it rock. So,
okay,
we have decided to have a draft on our favorite 80s bands. Rules.
Yeah.
Basically, vague rules, but
rules are there are no rules.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The heart of the band's career is primarily 80s, which would disqualify a few on the list. So when we get done, there might be some OLIs that maybe didn't really qualify or whatnot, but worth mentioning because we like talking about these bands.
I don't have anybody on that I have down that wouldn't qualify as hardcore.
So we're
80s.
going to do a draft, draft 10 bands apiece, and see what happens, because we'll kind of find out our similar interests, or if there's something that maybe he leans towards other than that I don't, or vice versa. So I think it's going to be fun because everybody loves listening to 80s music, talking about 80s music. Just thought of maybe a totally separate podcast on one-hit wonders, but
yes, that'd be great. Definitely do that
this
too.
will definitely
or
not,
solo artists because
yes,
yes,
but this
'cause
will not.
This is just bands.
This will not have anything to do with one hit wonders because these are going to be bands. These are bands that had successful careers, sold a lot of records, and entertained us. So, if you want to jump right in, I think it would only be fair,
Yes,
to give me the number one pick since he got the number one Lou Brown pick.
I feel like
And I don't want this rock paper scissors
that
crap.
couldn't possibly be weaker.
I mean,
You got to earn something. You got to earn the first pick.
I drove through a monsoon.
God,
It rained 3 inches on me. It was 30-mile-an-hour wind. Then it snowed. Took me 2 hours to get here. I had to push the car. I'm just kidding.
that part's bullshit. But
I had to drive
I
uphill.
feel like you should have to earn the first pick.
entire
That's
way.
fine. That's fine. I'll give you the first pick. Everybody gets a medal apparently these days, folks. It's 2023. Everybody gets a medal.
No,
He gets the first pick.
no medals. But I sold it to you, so it worked.
No, that's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, so if you know me, this is a no-brainer. If you don't know me, this is a no-brainer. It's such a no-brainer that there's no thought process involved.
There's no brain.
But to this, so my favorite band of the 80s was my favorite band in the 80s, early 80s, late 80s, 90s, 2000, to this day. I even saw them twice last year. It's Def Leppard.
Okay.
And
I thought it was good. You were going to say Oingo Boingo.
that's my second pick, damn it.
Sorry. All right.
But Def Leppard still sound as good as ever.
Yeah.
Saw them on the stadium tour twice this past year. So,
By the way, I shouldn't make fun of Oingo Boingo. I'm sorry, but because the lead singer of Oingo Boingo has won, it's like Elfman's his last name. He's won like Oscars. He's like does the scores for all these movies. So that was a
so
very
that's your
poor,
first pick.
very
Got
poor
it.
reference.
Okay.
No, but yes, Def Leppard's amazing. I remember. Okay, this'll. Hey, I've been saying resonate all night, so I'm gonna say it again. This'll resonate with you. I'm the youngest of four,
yes.
and you're around the age of my oldest of four. So I remember being in the van when, like, one of my sisters or whatever had they both had their license probably, but they had to take me somewhere, and 94.5 would have their top 5 at 9. Okay, are you with me?
Yep.
And-
I'm on. Yep.
And and I remember riding with them, and we were going somewhere, and for like the 20-something day in a row, Pour Some Sugar on Me was number one, like top 5 at 9. And that got me on Def Leppard. And like there, I'm like, because I was, I don't know. I was in grade school, obviously, when that came out. And
It's around 88.
yeah, Armageddon, like that whole Hysteria, Pyromania, right? All those.
Hysteria was that
Yeah.
album, yeah.
Yeah. They had an amazing run. And they were great, you're right. But okay, because you're older than me, but when I got older and you go back to their stuff in the early 80s, that was great too.
Well, yeah, Pyromania,
Yeah.
even before that. But, I mean, in high school, I wore out the tapes. And yes, that
Yeah.
obviously tapes
Mm-hmm.
in the cassette deck in your car. Wore them out, but that's also Def Leppard is by far the most group that I've seen the most in concert. So all the way around, just
Yeah.
slam dunk number one, and that's mine. So
That's that. As
that's
Stevie
that.
says.
And,
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what your number one
right.
pick is.
I'm not a concert guy, but I understand what you're saying. I think I know my number one. I feel like, I don't know why, but I just have this urge to say it in the Macho Man's voice. I don't know why. I'm gonna say their album name in the Macho Man's voice. I got an appetite for destruction, yeah. Not bad, right?
Very good.
Guns
choice.
N' Roses. I'm going Guns N' Roses.
Very good selection.
Thank you. They're
One album in the 80s was kind of, I bet it was
But
a
it was-
monster.
it was-
but it was a monster.
It was a monster.
And
It was a monster.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And any poll you see, it's up there. Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
I had a
man,
quick
like-
story.
No, I'm just thinking. Good Lord, they came on like out of nowhere, like Sweet Child of Mine, like Welcome to the Jungle, Paradise City,
Absolutely.
so many more. we're just but
every song on that album
blew up.
Yeah, was awesome. Even the B-sides that didn't get a lot of airplay.
Yeah,
probably because they had a few explicit lyrics.
Yeah, they
did not make. But
okay, for you youngsters out there, like you'd go to wherever the hell you'd go to buy your disc jockey or some shit, to buy your cassette tapes and stuff.
Yeah,
and you'd pull those out, and the ones that said like explicit lyrics, you were like, oh, I'm in. Let's go.
Quick GNR story before we move on to my next pick. So, one of my bosses, who's now retired, but told me a story that when he was in high school, he went to Lafayette Jeff High School in Lafayette, Indiana, and he was a sophomore in high school, and the kid whose locker was next to his was kind of an introvert, and his name was Bill Bailey. And one day he's like, the hell with this, I'm going to quit school and become a rock star. Everybody laughed at him, but he ended up crashing the scene in 1987 as Axl Rose. True story. So just a funny story if you don't know GNR too well, but yeah. A shy kid in high school named Bill Bailey turns out to be Axl Rose. It's I guess it's kind of a great story.
It is. It's a great story, but it's also a letdown because I thought his real name was Axl Rose. It's almost like somebody saying. It's almost like somebody telling me. It's like somebody telling me Hulk Hogan's real name's Terry Bollea.
So how would you be born with a cool name like Axl Rose? No, you're born with a name like Bill Bailey.
I know.
That's how. Yeah, I know. I know you're kidding, but anyway.
Well, very good. Very good.
Okay, so
they're playing in Busch Stadium this summer.
You know what? I've never seen them live because I was always told that Axl.
Oh yeah.
Is a letdown.
I'm sure he is. Yeah,
and
I shouldn't. But
I think that has a lot to say about his personality.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I've heard things. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. You're up.
All right. My number 2 goes hand in hand. And the reason they go hand in hand is because I saw them in the same tour with Def Leppard this past year, both times. And they're probably my second most attended concert, and that's Motley Crue.
Yeah, I had that right there.
Funny thing about Motley Crue is, I didn't love them in the early days, but I really liked the Dr. Feelgood album. I really fell in love with them, and then you go backwards and start, Too Fast for Love and all that. Yeah. Shout at the Devil. Really started loving that, and then all these years later, Mick Mars just retired, but as of last tour, all 4 were still playing, and everybody knows that you can censor this, but Vince Neil sounds like shit. And I understand that, and everybody understands that.
Because you can't move his face anymore.
But you know what you're getting when you go, and some fans don't like that. It didn't bother me. You know what you're getting. He sounded like shit for 30 years, so it is what it is. Yeah. The interesting thing about Motley Crue is when they came out with the movie The Dirt on Netflix or whatever, they gained a whole younger audience where before that movie, everybody at a Motley Crue concert was my age or older, which would be from 50 to 60. And now they got some young fans, and it took a Netflix movie to get it. But anyway, that's an interesting tidbit. But those 1 and 2, they've always been my 1 and 2, so no-brainers for me.
All right.
Oh, you, John.
I'm going Van Halen.
Nice.
Little
definitely on my list.
DLR years.
Yeah, the cradle will rock.
No,
the 1984 album.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, So since you picked Van Halen, I'll let you expand on this. David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar?
David Lee Roth. But okay. Sometimes you can dislike them both, and it's okay. But I got older and listened to all that kind of stuff, and when they went to Sammy Hagar, that it got like slower, like more like ballads and shit, where like
When It's Love and all that crap.
Yeah,
I agree.
Down, 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 down. Okay, you're not gonna get that with David Lee Roth. It's just like, you know. I mean, it was. I feel like I just was super accurate with my sound effects.
That's good.
You know what I mean? Though it's like, yeah, David Lee Roth.
You could take over.
There's a distinct difference, you know, between.
You can take over for Eddie Van Halen when they hit the road again.
I'm gonna take over for Michael Winslow in the next Police Academy. You know. Okay, but I think. In the 90s, when I was, you know, whatever, I was like, Sammy Hagar's great with them, blah, blah, but you get older and you listen to all that stuff and shit. It's David Lee Roth, man, those songs were
Well,
great.
You go back to their starts.
It's more rock. It's more rock, you know.
Like 78, Eruption, all that. I mean, yeah, that was awesome. Van Halen 1 is still one of their best. But
Jamie's Crying. You got just...
Yeah.
Even like the slower ones are just like... I mean, it's just better. It's just better. But I will say this: if Van Halen started, if there was no David Lee Roth with Van Halen and their band started as soon as Sammy Hagar took it over, it'd be a very successful band. So he was good too. I'd rather listen to David Lee Roth stuff.
I don't disagree, but I really like Sammy Hagar's solo career.
Yeah,
which makes me a Sammy Hagar fan. But when it comes to Van Halen, it's hard to argue, and I get it.
Yeah. There were some songs though, like Pound Cake. That was a good Sammy Hagar Van Halen song.
You know what?
Yeah,
I was just thinking of that.
Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't all.
I was trying to give you an example. I was going to give you an example of when they. Okay.
So yeah, it was all good.
Okay, so those are more of, obviously more hard rock or what do you hair bands or whatever. But I'll tell you what, my next one. Journey.
You bastard.
So Journey, Steve Perry Journey or non-Steve Perry Journey, which you get non-Steve Perry Journey for many, many years in concert, but all the classics are Steve Perry Journey. So all through the 80s, you name it, Don't Stop Believing to anything. I mean, there's too many to even begin to go over, but
you suck. You got me.
So Journey, I've seen him in concert at least 4 or 5 times. Different lead singers. The guy that's doing it now sounds really good. I actually saw him last year with Toto.
He sounds just like him.
He does.
You know, Harry had a podcast on here,
and
Harry asked, Harry thought Gerald Perry, the old first baseman for the Braves, was the lead singer of Journey.
Gerald Perry. But
he gets confused once in a while, but you know.
But Journey still rocks because the lead singer sounds like Steve Perry, and then that's entertainment to me. So through the years, I mean, I think if you're alive and don't have a copy of Journey's Greatest Hits, you have to write into me or text me or call me or something because I don't understand, but everybody does. And that's my number 3 pick.
Okay. I got a lot of good ones. I don't want you to take... I'm going to go back to when I was little in the 80s, and I loved this band. I have memories of this band when I was like young, you know, like in grade school and stuff. And they had a ton of songs. I'm going Bon Jovi.
There you go.
Because
right along that genre.
When you think about Slippery When Wet and New Jersey and all that, they had a hell of a run in the 80s. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, to the point where, I don't know, they might have been the biggest name in the business.
They were,
for about a 4-year run, maybe.
I got a story real quick, too. I was like in the 4th or 5th grade at our house out there on the farm, and
you had some bad medicine? No. Oh, what?
We got a phone call, and this guy is like, "Hey, it's 94.5, and you've won 2 tickets for the Bon Jovi concert at the Assembly Hall, blah, blah, blah." And I was just like, I was freaking out. I called one of my friends. We're all like freaking out. We get to go to the Bon Jovi concert, and it was just a dude that was trying to date my sister, like pranking us. It
How let down were you?
I was.
Where's my ticket?
But she ended up dating him for like 2 years. But I was just like, oh god. But
You owe me tickets.
And if you know the guy, he's got one of those voices like, hey, this is and I, like son of a bee. Like I was, oh my gosh, it was ripped my heart, tore my heart. I can't talk. Tore my heart out. But yeah. So anyways, yeah, Bon Jovi. They were a big deal back in the day. You're up.
My number 4 pick is a little on the lighter side, but I can honestly tell you that from the 80s to now, I may have wore out this, well, we'd call it a record, CD, cassette, whatever. Wore it out 4 or 5 times over, and it never gets old.
I bet I know.
I've only seen them once, and that was in 2021.
What you got?
And it was phenomenal.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Guess.
No, because
Okay. Hall & Oates.
oh no, I was not thinking that.
Hall & Oates.
Oh yeah, they're amazing.
Now, I just think that they're probably the most underrated band.
They're in the Hall of Fame. They got their credit.
And they went through. If you ever watch these documentaries, they were on VH1 Behind the Music. That was kind of before the fancy documentaries. But I mean, they had all this great success, and then they always have their bad moments and blah blah blah, and go through a period of, what are they going to do? Why don't they have any more hit records? And then all of a sudden, as they get older, this new fan base just comes out of nowhere. And when we went in 2021 to watch them, we're talking packed.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. People going nuts. I mean, they still got it.
They have a million hits.
They are still phenomenal.
Yeah.
So 2 years ago, saw them, phenomenal. And Hall & Oates is my number 4 pick.
Yeah, they're one of my favorites. Another quick story. I'm in college, sitting in the back row with my hat down, trying to fall asleep. That's how I rolled, but got a bachelor's. But anyways, I'm back there, and the professor, out of nowhere, and it was like the 3rd class I'd had with this guy. Out of nowhere one day, he just throws out there, bam, that his brother-in-law is Oates. And I'm like, what the and nobody even reacted. And I was just like,
John Oates?
Yeah, you talk about burying the lead. I'm like, dude, you should have, yeah, because he was originally from Texas. He was at Texas A&M before he came to Eastern. And he's like, his brother-in-law is John Oates. And I'm like,
no way.
Good Lord, I would have been.
You'd have paid a lot more attention.
Yeah, I was just like, how can you just randomly mention that? I put on a T-shirt and be like, John Oates is my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
You would get your head out of your ass and pay attention to me.
That's on my chalkboard.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah.
Yes, I couldn't believe it. Yes. Okay. There's a lot of good ones, and I don't want you to take any when I got caught up. But this is 80s, super 80s. But I'm going Poison. Nothing? Poison's great.
Poison.
Yeah.
Dude, I was going to let you go more, but I'm going to tell you my Poison story.
Hang on.
It's not a story.
About Poison?
Yeah, it's not
okay,
a
then
story.
I got a quick one, too, after you're done, but go ahead.
It's not a story. It's just, so, think about, okay, this was actually in announcement in 2019. Hey, the stadium tour, it's Def Leppard, Motley Crue, and Poison, and Joan Jett. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
I'm like, my 2 favorite bands, obviously my number 1 and 2 draft pick, my 2 favorite bands in the same venue. I got on the day they went on sale. We bought tickets to Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Then they came to Indy, and we bought tickets to Lucas Oil. We got to see them twice. But I'm telling you, Poison,
Yep.
I underestimated them. They were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Anybody can go on YouTube and watch them in the stadium tour. I'm not even talking about how they were great 30 years ago. They were great 20 years ago. They were great 10 years ago. But I am telling you, I was blown away at how phenomenal they were in 2022. Bret Michaels came out they sang Look What the Cat Dragged In, and I mean, they killed it, and I just looked and I went, wow. So I don't know if I've ever been to a concert was actually overwhelmed and not underwhelmed, but I mean, it was more than I thought I was getting, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is Poison? I still got my 2 favorite bands coming in after, so think about that day.
Yeah.
And then we got to do it all over again, and I'm telling you, YouTube it, Poison live.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. I saw them at Deer Creek, and it was them. Shit, who was it? It was Rat, Cinderella, Poison, and shit. No, I was going to say Warrant. I don't think it was
That's
Warrant.
a great lineup.
I can't remember. But either way, they're great. But, okay. So, again, I'm the youngest of 4. So, and my mom, first grade teacher for 30 years. Enough said. So, my sister and my brother go to this Poison concert, and on the back of the shirt, it's got like their tour dates and their all that stuff. On the bottom, it says "blowing your effing mind." So I have this memory when I was little. So they come back with these T-shirts, and Mom puts them through the washer and dryer, and she gets out the duct tape and covers up the F-bomb. So like, it's just so they wouldn't wear the shirts, because, and I don't blame her, obviously, kids don't need to be wearing that, but it was like, I just have that memory, like they had an F-bomb on the back of their shirt when they were on tour, and and like Mom like got the tape out and covered it up.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah. But yeah, they were, a lot of hits. They were great back then. Okay. We both have 4.
Next up, this is where it gets a little tricky because I've got about 18 bands written down, but I think that I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just for fun. So,
Yeah.
my next band, don't laugh, saw them in Terre Haute, Indiana last fall.
Okay.
My brother is a groupie.
Oh, I know who you're going to say.
He has seen this band.
Did he hold on loosely when he was watching them?
Yep. He has seen this band so many times I don't even.
Rocket into the night.
Yeah. If you're listening and you don't know who he's referring to, then I guess you probably won't. You would have already turned it off because you don't know 80's. But 38 Special.
Oh, there it is.
Leonard Skinner's little brother. But 38 Special, phenomenal.
It's like Leonard Skinner was United States, 38 Special would be Canada.
It's just it's crazy how when we were in Terre Haute, we were in the front row, like this little stand-up section, so you can get real close. And sometimes it's cool to look like this band has been around for 40 years.
Yeah,
they're playing in these smaller venues now. Are they having fun? You look at Don Barnes' face, and you're like, he is having fun. Like that's awesome. Like
Don Barnes is having fun.
Imagine your job is just having fun every night. That's what's awesome. I don't see them as like, we're just hanging around for some money. They're enjoying themselves, putting on a great show, and they are still very, very entertaining to this day. So 38 Special.
All right. My next one. I've been waiting for a girl like you. And that's the worst one they have.
That's on my draft
Foreigner.
board. That's on my draft board.
Yeah.
But hey, you got it.
Yeah. Oh, there.
Do you know what? Do you want?
Hot-blooded. What?
Do you know what 2023 is?
The year of Foreigner?
It's their farewell tour.
Oh.
And guess who has tickets?
Hey, is it like our farewell tour, ... and we mean it this time?
No, it's a farewell tour with an open invitation to play for 20 more years, right?
Yeah,
because that's what these bands do. But it is the farewell tour. At least that's what they're
just like boxers. Like these bands are like boxers. Like, this is my retirement match until we need more money.
And I have tickets.
Very nice.
We are going to see them in July.
They're great. They
are phenomenal.
Shit ton of hits back then. They were amazing. I love Foreigner. You as cold as ice.
Jukebox Hero.
Oh, yeah. They had so many.
Urgent.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Make it quick. Make it urgent. Yeah. Emergency, urgent.
But the bad part is Lou Graham's not with them, and they're still good, but
Didn't Lou Graham? Okay, I got one for you.
Lou Graham
tried to go solo. Do you have the Smuggler's Blues? Was that him? That wasn't Lou Graham?
Fry.
Damn it, you're right. What did Lou Graham have?
Midnight Blue.
Midnight Blue. Yep. I knew it was blues and blue in there.
No, he went solo.
Now I sound like a damn fool.
That was a long time ago, but I don't know. I don't get into I don't know. I don't have the backstories, but I don't know what the beef was. But Lou Graham left, and he's not been back. But
I thought Lou Graham was. We saw him at Deer Creek. I thought it was him singing.
Was he? So he might have been back and not. But I do not believe he is with them. I think it's just maybe it's a rocky relationship that's came and gone. I don't know. But
yeah.
Anyway, I'll let you know in July how it is.
All right. Hey, let's give a little recap real quick. You got Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Journey, Hall & Oates, 38 Special. I got Guns N' Roses, Van Halen, Bon Jovi, Poison, Foreigner. I feel like I'm winning a little bit. Go ahead. You're up.
Well, if are we gonna suit them up?
Yep.
Just hey, we could get a concert lineup and see who sold the most tickets. That's about the only thing you can do to kind of. Okay.
Or we could go to a local nursing home and find most of these dudes.
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
I just told you I've seen all these in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
All right, this band I saw last year too. Hey, but local tie.
Yeah.
We're in Illinois.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
From Illinois.
Rick, I was going to say them.
And
that was going to be my next one.
We're Illini fans.
Are they just going to keep on loving you?
From Champaign, Illinois, REO Speedwagon.
I was going to say them.
Now, I've seen REO Speedwagon at least 5-6 times over the years. Kevin Cronin and the boys are still bringing it.
Yeah.
I think I saw him last year and maybe the year before that. But anyway, doesn't matter. And I think that part of me picking some of these groups is that because I have just seen them, and that's why I love them so much. And what's great is I loved them then, and I'm still seeing them now, so they're not out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
But REO Speedwagon, my number 6.
Yeah.
5.
That was going to be mine.
6 pick. John's 6 pick is.
All right. We're getting
Oingo boingo.
We're getting a little poppier here.
Oh.
You're not going to take. There's a couple here I want to take, but I don't think you're going to take the one. So I think I got them no matter what. I'm going Tears for Fears.
Oh. They were on my list. One of the best songs.
Yeah.
Ever.
But they had more than that. They had a bunch. Mad World's really good.
Are you sowing the seeds of
Shout.
love?
Shout. I'm just kidding. Okay. Yeah, I love them, man. They're great. They're great. Tears for Fears. I mean, what? Come on, man. 80s bands?
Dude, phenomenal.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. That's like one of the definitions of the 80s. Some of these groups just define the 80s.
Yeah. I'm going to start sliding into, well, no, I got some more rock, but then I'm going to slide into some.
This is where.
I'm going to get more pop here in a little bit.
I'm 20 deep, thinking John would take more of mine, but maybe not. I don't know. So,
all right, go ahead.
So my next one is, I guess you could call it my second Southern rock artist, because it's some bad boys.
I think you're
from
going to
Texas.
I think you're going to take what I had here.
Some bad boys from Texas. We did lose one of the trio.
I know you're taking
about 2 years ago.
That's who I was going to take, but I took Tears for Fears.
You know, they were in town. By town meaning my town, Indianapolis. They were in town last year, and I did not go see them. Obviously, they have a fill-in, but ZZ Top.
Damn it, that's what I was going to take.
ZZ Top is.
That's strong.
When I say like comprehensive, it's just look at their catalog. It is about 20 deep. I mean, phenomenal, and some of that was from the 70s. But I think, with their more commercial stuff, Eliminator, and Afterburner, and some of those albums were 80s 80. I mean, Afterburner and Eliminator are my two favorites.
Yeah,
and
I legit
they legit rock. I mean, you wouldn't think about it looking at them, but they freaking rock.
Oh, yeah.
And the last time I saw him live was with Leonard Skinnard in 2000 and... No, I'm sorry. Oh, God.
Very distinct guitar sound. Kind of like Van Halen.
Yeah.
Almost as distinct as Van Halen.
1999 is, I think, when I saw him with Leonard Skinnard.
Yeah.
In the great town of Terre Haute, Indiana.
Oh, yeah.
All right, ZZ's my number 7.
Okay. All right, my next one, they were good. They've been good in every decade, but lots of stuff in the 80s. Aerosmith.
Oh! That was next on my list.
Was it? Yeah. Aerosmith. So many things.
Dude, right
so
there.
many songs.
Right there. That was right very next.
I was going to take a different one, but I'm like, he took ZZ Top, so I gotta stop him.
Aerosmith. Yeah. Yes.
I mean, you know, I don't even know if we need to talk about it. Permanent Vacation. That album was just like Ragdoll.
Yeah. Oh,
Janie's
God.
Got a Gun. Dude Looks Like a Lady. And I know there's many, many more. Just, you know, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. They.
Permanent Vacation. That was probably 87?
6 or 7.
86 or 7.
Well,
and then 89 was...
Their first song after their whole, you know, whatever, we're big in the 70s and we break up and we all got to go to rehab for however many years we make it back. It was Walk This
Tyler?
Way with Run DMC.
Yeah. Oh, phenomenal.
Yeah. And then they came out with Permanent
Steven
Vacation.
Tyler was what? Rehab?
Nah.
No.
Hey, what's funny is I'm thinking right now, and you were saying Steve Perry for Journey. I think I did a Harry episode, and I think I completely effed it up because I kept saying Joe Perry. And Joe Perry's the guitarist for Aerosmith.
Yep.
I kept saying that Joe Perry... Well, I kept saying Gerald Perry because that was the joke. Gerald Perry is the singer for Journey. But I think I said a lot of people think it's Joe, but it's not. It's Gerald. That was my F up because it's Steve.
Okay.
But it's too late now. The episode's out. You know,
it's out.
It's
so
out. That's probably why people
can
just...
Can we edit that?
No, it's out.
It might hurt your reviews.
Nah.
Okay.
Nobody bats 1,000. All right.
Wow. So I've got 3 picks left.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to sit here and drag it out, but I've got 8 or 9 bands for those last 3 spots. So any one of these you take, I've got plenty too. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Cars.
I got it right there, man.
So
you're all I've got tonight.
You know what? Yes, earlier, like 78, great, but you might think,
yeah,
Magic, like
they have
those are
ton
phenomenal.
of songs.
Those are phenomenal. So, and those are the earlier to mid 80s that just, I don't know.
I had them there. They had
I think they
ton of songs in the 80s.
Define the 80s.
Yes.
So I'm going to take the Cars at number 8.
That's a very, very, very good pick. They were going to be right up in my... Okay. I'm going to get this one out of the way here. They were bigger in the 70s, I think, but they had a good run in the 80s. I'm going Heart.
Oh, absolutely.
I love her. Okay,
dude.
Mandy and I...
It's one of those...
Mandy and I, okay, we've done... Who are the top 5 best singers ever? I think we narrowed down to females, so we don't have like Pavarotti and shit in there. But to me, it was like Gaga, Whitney Houston,
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks is way up there. Kelly Clarkson's got super duper pipes, but I put Ann Wilson in there every time. Like the lead singer for Heart, she is just.
I love their
amazing singer.
I love their 70s stuff and their 80s stuff.
Yeah.
Their 80s stuff is underrated because people want to go Barracuda, and I'm like, yeah, but what about Love?
They were doing every. Okay, you look at all these kick-ass bands from the 70s, and all of them somewhat sold out in the 80s and went pop because that's what everybody was doing. And Ann Wilson was on Jericho's podcast, and he was asking her about it. She's like, well, everybody was on cocaine, so the beats, like everybody was on cocaine, so the beats got faster, and everybody was just on it, so everything, like, everybody it just turned into like pop and stuff,
Yeah.
But, sorry, I don't know if I should just, whatever, but hell, it was already on a podcast. But, like, you look at Elton John, all his stuff he had in the 70s, and then the 80s he sells out. Rolling Stones sold out in the 80s. You know, Billy Joel had. I mean, everybody changed up their shit in the 80s because of where it was going. So, Heart in the 70s, they were like just a kick-ass rock band, and they lightened up in the 80s, but so did everybody else. So whatever. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I love Heart. They're amazing.
Phenomenal.
Okay, all right, you're up.
Man, I'm gonna have a bunch of outsides looking in.
Me
but
too.
Anyway,
but we'll talk about them all. It's all good.
all right, so
I know who I'm taking next. I don't care who you take. I'm gonna give a couple shout outs here. The last couple.
So this is a group that wasn't as on my radar in the 80s, but they tour a lot now. And my brother's kind of a roadie for them too, and he has really turned me on to him. So I've ended up seeing him probably 3 or 4 times in the last 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
And they are phenomenal live. Night Ranger.
There you go. Very
And
good.
I think that they are definitely worthy of drafting, so I'm going to go ahead and grab them.
All right. Yeah, they had some stuff.
Jack Blades. Shout out to Jack Blades,
Mm-hmm.
who was a member of Damn Yankees, which was a super group
Yeah,
that
there was a
I
guy from
love. But
Styx in
that
there
was
too,
it.
right?
But that was in the 90s.
There's a guy from Styx in there
Tommy
too, right?
Shaw.
Yeah.
Name the lead singer. I'll let you think about it.
No,
Go ahead.
Just tell me.
No, I'll let you.
It's a
think
guy
about
for somewhere.
it. Ted Nugent.
He's the lead singer.
Damn Yankees, and then Michael Cardinals on drums. There's
Yeah.
your 4 super group. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
Ninth pick.
Okay. Don't show me up on my puck. I had that shit if you gave me another 30 seconds.
Damn Yankees was.
Just kidding. Damn.
I told you.
I knew they were. Damn Yankees is it ensemble, and so was Night Ranger. Okay. I got a lot of good stuff here. I'm just gonna name some chicks that I thought were really, really cool and had a great run in the '80s. The Go-Go's.
Ooh!
What do you think?
Wow!
You like that one?
We got the beat.
Yeah. Our lips are sealed. I love those chicks, man. They're amazing.
Absolutely
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
One of the
You think of
defining
80s chicks, you think of the
defining
Go-Go's.
80s. Yep.
Yeah. I love them. I love, no, my favorite one is Head Over Heels. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite songs.
I think you just named their best 3. Yep. Absolutely.
Don't you be like that. They had a, yeah.
Their best 3. I didn't say that's the only.
Yeah. But they, yeah. Don't you think they were some,
Oh, hell yeah.
yeah. All right.
All right. I've got 5 that I want to pick, but I only got 1 spot left.
It's all right, because we're going to do LIs anyway. I
But I
got
don't
1,
want them to
2,
be
3.
OLIs.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I don't want them to be OLIs.
9.
I want them to be on my roster.
Well,
Okay.
tough shit. You got to
Okay.
pick.
So.
See,
I'm
this
gonna
is
go
like
ahead
you.
and pick
This
this
is like you with that Illinois draft. You wanted to have like extra
I know.
roster spots.
I know.
Which made the pod go like for like an hour and 25 minutes.
I'm sorry. Hey, tell everybody to go ahead and listen. We haven't published that one yet.
I know. I will.
All right, on my number 10, I'm gonna from the influence of my girlfriend. Okay,
All
it's
right.
her favorite band of all time, and she was in love with the lead singer Mike Reno from 1985.
Lover
I don't
boy?
know,
Nice.
but if you've seen him lately, she is no longer in love with him.
I forgot about them.
But the thing about Loverboy,
Oh, they're great.
yes, I saw him last year, and guess what? I'm going to see him again this year because they are opening up for Foreigner on their final tour.
Nice.
So coming in at
I was
down
born to
lot-
run.
coming in at number 10, I am definitely working for the weekend.
Yeah.
And so's Mike Reno. Please do not Google Mike Reno. You will not like what you see.
Yeah.
And Mike, if you're listening, I'm so sorry, but it's the truth. Number 10, Loverboy.
Nice. You want a piece of my heart? Okay, now speaking of Heart and Loverboy, on the Footloose soundtrack, Almost Paradise. It's Mike Reno and Ann Wilson.
It is.
Damn right.
Now that is phenomenal knowledge there.
Thank you.
And, didn't come to my mind, but it is. It is.
It is. It's amazing. All right. Oh my gosh, so many.
Man, I got.
I'm gonna name them all anyway, so I'm not worried about it. But
Your 10th pick, though. This is your roster spot.
I know.
Hey.
They had a lot. They had a lot. I'm going Duran.
Oh, that's one of my. That was one of my.
Yeah.
One of my OLIs right there.
Yeah. They had a lot. They had a lot going on there.
So we could take both of our 10 and just play them all night and not be disappointed with one song.
Yeah.
Like their whole catalog and not.
All right, you name. Okay, you name your 10. I'll name my 10, and then we'll do some LLIs real quick.
My 10, my roster.
Yeah.
Okay, Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Journey, Hall & Oates, 38 Special, REO Speedwagon, The Cars, ZZ Top, Night Ranger, and Loverboy.
It's not bad. Okay, I had Guns N' Roses, Van Halen, Bon Jovi, Poison, Foreigner, Tears for Fears, Aerosmith, Heart, The Go-Go's, and Duran.
Sweet.
Yeah, we named some good stuff. All right, now. Name an OLI, and then I'll name an OLI.
Okay, my number one OLI, Chicago.
Good. Very good. Very
Peter
good.
Cetera, Chicago.
Yeah.
Tons of songs.
Yeah,
I know they're amazing.
They're amazing. They're amazing.
Amazing, yes.
They had a lot of 70s, but they had a lot of
OLI, Chicago.
Yeah. This is the Phil Collins band, Genesis. Yeah.
Very good.
Yes.
Gosh.
That's the only problem, though. It's like, okay, when you look back on it, it's like, okay, when was he Phil Collins? When was he Genesis? But,
oh, yeah.
And I was too lazy to look it all up, but
no,
they were Genesis in the 80s a lot, and he, yeah.
He was Genesis in the 70s and 80s, but
yeah.
he also did a lot of solo, studio type stuff.
Yeah. Genesis was great. Okay, you got any more?
Huey Lewis in the News.
Oh, God. I'm going to tell you right now.
Huey Lewis in the News, phenomenal, and it's considered.
How did I forget that?
I don't know. You. I don't know.
Oh my gosh! I'm telling you right now. If I would have remembered them, I would have taken.
I'll trade them.
I would have taken them. I'm not shitting. I'm not shitting you. I would have taken them after Van Halen. My dad. Okay.
You want me to trade them?
I'll give you Duran.
Well, good, because Duran's on my list higher than Huey Lewis.
Oh, I cannot believe I didn't think of them.
Look, Duran's right one ahead of Huey.
That makes me want to just stop this and just start all over. I cannot believe I forgot them. Okay, anyways. Quick story about my dad. He needed to go home one night, but was not home yet. And somebody was doing Name That Tune shit at a bar, and he wasn't feeling it because he doesn't like he just wants to sit. He just wanted to sit and
not participate.
Yeah, but he was into his cups a little bit. Needed to go home. Wasn't home yet. So every single song that came on, Dad just be like, "Huey Lewis in the News." No matter what the song was, Huey Lewis in the News. Yeah. And that's a running joke with a lot of people because he'd just kind of smile and look over his shoulder. Huey Lewis in the News. Yeah.
I wish I could have presented it that way, but I did not know the story.
God, I cannot believe I forgot them, though. Man, that just makes me think man, that's brutal. Okay.
You got an OLI.
Yes. Okay. I also have the Bangles.
Nice.
Those chicks they can go. They're good. I had the Bangles. Eternal Flame. Walk Like an Egyptian. All right. You're up.
Saw him last year with Journey. Toto.
Nice. Very
Toto,
good.
I'd never seen Toto live. I saw him, and they do have more than just Africa.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Africa is the one everybody knows. They play it 400 times a day.
They have a lot of songs
but they have a lot of stuff that Rosanna.
But
I'll hold the line. They have a lot.
The line.
They have a lot of stuff they have more than what maybe people kind of think of the Africa. That's it.
There's a lot of songs that come on, and they don't know. You don't know who sings it, and it's Toto.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're up.
Very good. I am going to go White Snake.
Nice. Phenomenal.
Yeah. They didn't have a lot, but
yeah, they did. I disagree.
They had enough.
No, I think they have a lot. I think they have a pretty large catalog. But here I go again.
Oh yeah. Is this love? Okay, you're up.
My next OLI, I didn't think they have a lot of hits, but oftentimes I've thought about my favorite song of all time. Think about how hard it is, because regardless of genre, whatever. But for many, many years, maybe 2 decades, I felt like Walk of Life was my favorite song of all time.
That's a good one.
So I'm picking Dire Straits as an OLI because it's not long enough.
What I say. It's very good.
But, I mean, I can listen to the riffs of Money for Nothing a million times.
Yeah.
And every time I hear Walk of Life, and believe it or not, John, I heard it on the way here, and in my car.
That's what got you powered through the monsoon.
My satellite.
Yeah.
Got a replay button. I played it twice. It's that good.
Nice. Yeah, that's Dire Straits. They're very good. Well, let's see here. There's a couple that I don't think should be, because they're more popular than almost all these bands, but like I don't feel like Metallica or AC/DC should be involved in this because they had some shit in the 80s, but it's not. They're too popular.
I wrote down AC/DC. I didn't write down Metallica, but just because I didn't want to forget about them, but
they didn't have enough. Yeah, to me, I don't think of the 80s when I think of them.
Right.
Okay. So, anyways, getting that out of the way. So I'm going to go with the Talking Heads. Yeah, they had a lot of stuff.
I think that's one of the first.
How did I get here?
Consider alternative that we picked.
Yeah.
Because do you have satellite radio? Serious?
No.
Okay.
I keep it all up in the old noggin.
Well, I have a long commute to work and stuff, so I enjoy listening to it a lot. But I'm telling you,
you should listen to the podcast while you're driving.
I did actually on the way here. Listen to Stevie pick Jim Bottomley, but no, there's a channel called First Wave, and it's like 80s alternative, and there's some cool stuff. But Talking Heads
are all over that. Yeah, they're definitely alternative. They were ahead of their time a little bit.
So, in no particular order,
yes,
I have a few more.
Okay,
no particular order, but I've got Asia.
Heat of the Moment.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Don't Cry is my favorite.
Yeah, yeah.
Asia's got. Okay, so that's why they're an OLI. They got about 4 hits that I really like, and that doesn't go.
Maybe this should be like an OOLI. Outside looking at it.
Okay.
No,
4 hits.
WOLI, way outside looking at it.
But if those 4 hits are really good, but it's. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I got just a couple more. Blondie.
Yeah.
I got The Police.
Oh, yep. They were almost on my left side there.
Yeah. I got The Pretenders.
Absolutely.
Supertramp. Take the long way home. They had a bunch.
Yeah. So
take a look at my guy.
Here's the thing about Supertramp. Half their catalog 70s, half their catalog 80s.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a tweener.
Yeah,
it's a tweener.
Well, that's why they're on. That's why they're in the WOLI. That's why they're WOLIs. And then I put the Pet Shop Boys down.
Dude.
That's a reach, but they had to get
no reach.
Yeah.
They are phenomenal. I love them. And guess what? That's my Huey Lewis and the News. I forgot to write them down. They are, yes, they're alternative, but they are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Opportunities is one of my favorites.
Yeah. They were good.
No, that is almost a not outside look. That's almost like beating down the door.
Yeah.
To get inside.
Yeah.
Is that what you got written?
I have.
Because I got like.
That's all I have.
Okay.
You tell me what else you got though,
So my 5. Okay, Cinderella.
Yeah, but now I mean I know of all those, but I just.
But Cinderella's like Gypsy Road and a couple are really phenomenal.
He sounds like this. My Gypsy Road.
But they did not. I mean, they didn't crack my draft.
Yeah.
Now a couple that I put they're more.
I bet you I can name one. Can I name it? Did you have Rat down?
Yep.
Okay, so I figured
Rat. Definitely.
Did you have Winger?
Nope.
Okay. Did you have White Lion?
Nope. White Lion's like 2 songs.
Yeah. Okay. I know. Well, shit. Cinderella didn't have too many more than 2.
Cinderella, 4 or 5.
Okay. Give me a letter it starts with.
I.
I don't know. Tell me.
In Excess.
Oh, yeah.
In Excess is
Yeah.
beating at the door. They're not.
Yeah, they had a
totally
lot. They had a
outside.
lot, yeah.
Now, Styx.
Yeah, I just,
Styx had some 70s. That's Tommy Shaw. But,
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we talked about him. Now, here's the three that
Did you have...
three that didn't really
Did you
qualify.
consider... Okay, did you... Because this one, I wanted to put down, but I'm like, okay, it's really just him. But, like...
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers?
Yeah. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers definitely would have been on my top 10, but I was like, it's really just him. I didn't, because...
I didn't write it down because I kind of thought of him as Tom. Thought of his
Me
as
too.
Tom Petty.
I thought it was solo, but it really was like...
Now,
and
Huey
the
Lewis to the
Heartbreakers.
News is always Huey Lewis to the News.
Right.
But Tom Petty has albums with the Heartbreakers
Right.
and just Tom Petty, so I didn't count
And then
him.
you get into Bob Seger, and it's like, was it
The
Bob
Silver-
Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, or is it just Bob Seger? And Bob Seger's stuff's in the 70s, a lot
No,
of it.
he's got a lot of 80s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's amazing.
So Seeger,
Yeah,
you're exactly right. So the way I viewed Petty and Seeger were solo.
me too. Yeah.
So I didn't include their sometimes mentioned
well,
band
whenever we do a
mate.
solo one, they can
Yes.
be right in the mix. Yeah.
My last three, the reason I didn't really qualify them is because a major part of their catalog was 70s, and that's Fleetwood Mac.
Oh yeah.
And
I considered them 70s. Yeah.
and the Eagles,
Them too. Yeah.
that's why I said I'm just
Right.
mentioning them, but I didn't.
Yeah.
They had success in the 80s, but not like the 70s.
Yeah.
And the other is Kiss, because
Yeah.
the 80s Kiss
They sold out a little bit in the 80s.
was just Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
So Peter Criss and Ace Frehley was Kiss, but in the 70s.
Yeah.
So when they replaced those two, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
That to me, that's a whole different
Yeah.
band.
To me, those three bands are amazing, but they're all
Now-
70s.
Heaven's on Fire and all that
Yeah.
stuff in the 80s was good,
Right.
but I just felt it was a different kind of Kiss. But
Yeah. Depeche Mode.
Depeche Mode, dude. You know the last CD I bought, and I still buy CDs.
Is
So
it
don't
Depeche?
anybody laugh. If not, I mean,
Yeah.
I have a CD collection and I play them in my garage. The last CD I bought was Depeche Mode,
No
Greatest
kidding.
Hits. I'm not kidding.
Okay,
So
there's one
if
I
you
just
don't
had in my
think
head
I don't
though.
like Depeche Mode, you're wrong because I do.
This one I just had in my head though, and I said Depeche Mode, and then I lost it. Oh shit! Well, you got like
Warrant,
Warrant was what I was gonna say. They just didn't. Yeah, not quite.
Cherry Pie.
Yeah.
No, it's. I mean,
Hey,
Not bad.
We should have thought a New Edition. That's a band.
Cool It Now is one of my favorite
Oh,
songs
yeah,
of
yeah,
all
yeah.
time.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of
I
good
will-
stuff there.
I will play the. I'll play that video. See how douchey Bobby Brown looks in that video, but
Can't
it
be
is
more douchey looks now than he looks now.
correct. But it's funny. But
Yeah.
New Edition, yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
they were great.
That's when we're having this draft. It's like we could go on and on and on,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
still
yeah.
have quality bands, but
Yeah. Brian Setzer Orchestra. No, I'm just joking. No, we're doing all right. But yeah, I think that we gave a good amount. Good job.
that was fun.
Now,
Was fun.
I do think though, sometime we need to do like a one-hit wonder one, because that would be even more fun. Really digging down
Because then
deep
you're
into
going
the
songs,
side B.
but
Yeah. But
and solo artists eliminated a lot. Because
Yeah.
Lionel Richie.
right.
I mean, I just like
Lionel
What do you
Richie.
do? What do you do?
Yeah. All right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed it. That was fun. You can do that all day. We can do 80s TV shows. You can do movies. You can do, oh my gosh, you can just do anything. So, but, yeah, I don't know. I feel like we named about everybody we could think of.
Worth naming.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go another 3 hours and
Right,
talk
yes.
about songs and stuff. But
So folks out there, if any of these people are still alive and are having a concert somewhere, go check them out. But all right, well, Spinner, nice work, very good
thanks
list.
for having me.
Yeah, And
anytime you want to talk 80s, just
absolutely. And as Stevie would say, that's that.